everyone, and welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 98. It is Monday, January 13th, 2014. Yeah, and I'm recording on Monday again, because Sunday just didn't pan out, and I wanted to do an episode, because I have some announcements and whatnot to... We have a cat, yes, and she's sitting on my lap. Oh gosh, I love this cat. Anyway, but yeah, so lots of stuff to talk about. We have some giveaways for the 100th episode coming up. So stay tuned. I will discuss that. And I'm working with no show notes this week, guys. So bear with me. So I guess let's talk about Ravelena games, which are coming up. I believe they are on February 16th. Again, I don't have my show notes in front of me, so I'm just winging it. But yeah, I believe it. I don't know if it starts on the 16th or there are 16 days in the Olympics. But anyway, there are definitely 16 days in the Olympics in which to complete the project. I don't know if you follow my Ravelry board, but I've been updating. If you have questions about the Ravelena games, Team YarnGasm, Team Sasquatch, I've been answering stuff there. So what was I going to say? Yes, so while my team does not have official rules or anything, Team Sasquatch is following the original Stephanie Pearl McPhee guidelines for the original when it was called the Knitting Olympics in the days of yore, which we cannot call it that as such these days. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so I posted a link there to the original rules, and I'm going to... Team YarnGasm is very wishy-washy. Again, this is my first year doing the Ravelena games. I don't even have a project in mind that I'm going to be doing, but yeah, so I'm going to be adopting those rules as well. I'm sorry, I have like a hair in my mouth. Gross, I apologize. But yes, Team YarnGasm is going to be following those rules as well, but it's very lax. So if you want to complete an FO or an UFO, wow, guys, I'm sorry. I'm scatterbrained again today, FO. Yeah, but anyway, if there is an UFO that you want to complete or something you have in mind that you've always wanted in it and you know you can finish it in 16 days, that's what this is for. So have at it. Enjoy the challenge, but in reality, it's all just for fun. So, yay. That's what knitting should be anyway, fun. But yeah, so what else is going on? Announcements. I don't know. Vogue Knitting Live is coming up next weekend. And I'm trying to collaborate a podcaster meetup. I pinged Maria from the Subway Knits podcast, Stitch Mistress, and Kim from Craft Stash. So we're coordinating something. I don't know. Stay tuned. While I will not be podcasting until after Vogue Knitting Live, watch my Twitter feed, watch the Ravelry YarnGasm group, and I will post all updates regarding Vogue Knitting Live there. But as always, if you see me, say hello. Love hearing from listeners, meeting them in person, and yeah, I look forward to seeing everybody and having fun and enjoying the marketplace. I am not going to be taking any classes because I will just want to be enjoying the marketplace and buying yarn like I do. I'm also in the market for some drop spindles. I don't know. We'll see what I find. But that's my plan. I plan on showing up around noonish, maybe a little bit before. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys as far as updates this week go. Really would help to have show notes, but what can you do? So yeah, off the needles. I have something finally off the needles, and Kitty, do not be afraid. These are just sock blockers. I finished my hand-dyed socks. They are on the sock blockers. They are photographed on said sock blockers, and I really love the way these turned out today. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I really like the way these turned out. These are my first hand knit socks that I've ever done as far as my hand dye goes. So yeah, I will definitely be doing more hand dyeing in the future. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I actually have... what did I do with it? Craigies. Let me see. Ugh, I have a significant amount of yarn left over from this project. If I can find it, I will show it to you because I don't think I'm going to be using it because once I'm done knitting a pair of socks with yarn, I'm listening to the Knit More Girls. As Jasmine said, she's kind of over the yarn. Again, it's beautiful yarn. So I will post a photo of it. Check the Ravelry thread because I will post a photo of whatever yarn I have left. I'll weigh it and everything like that so you know how much out of 100 grams is left. And I will, because people have contacted me in the past and said if I'm not into, knitting with yarn, don't throw it out. Guys, if you are interested, check the Ravelry thread. There will be a photo of it and you can have at it. I will do a drawing next week and ship it to whoever is interested. So that said, gosh, I wish I could find it right now. I think I moved it to another room while I was just gathering all my stuff and it really didn't help. So yeah. It's in another room at the moment. But yeah, so also off the needles and something that I cannot show you. Cat has departed. Okay. Something that I cannot show you because I already gifted them to somebody. I whipped these up super quick. We had dinner over the weekend with some friends and they have a toddler and I know I promised his mother that I would knit something for him. So I was like, crunch time. So I actually had some leftover yarn from another pair of socks that I knit. This is the leftover yarn that I had from both pairs that I just knit. This is Jinx yarn in her, I believe, strong sock colorway. This is oil slick. So very pretty, just like different shades of blues, teals, and like muted greens, and definitely looks like an oil slick. Unfortunately, the first pair that I knit up with these ended up in the dryer, and they did not take well to the dryer. And while I wore them a few times, even after said dryer, they weren't the same after they were knit. So unfortunately, that was a very big loss for me. So lesson learned, do not ever, ever, no matter even if it's superwash, do not put your hand knit superwash socks in the dryer, the tumble dryer, whatever you call it. The thing that dries your clothing after you've washed it. Do not put your socks in there because it will just annihilate it. Your socks will never be the same. The best thing is if you're going to put them in the wash, put them in the wash and then let them air dry. That's what I've been doing, and so far so good. So anyway, where was I? Yes, so I knit a quick pair of little vanilla socks for my friend's child. They loved it. He loved them. He was like, oh, these are my cool socks. And they actually sent me a photo. Oh gosh, I should have this queued up because it is adorable. They sent me a photo of him actually wearing it in a stroller. But anyway, the socks took me literally maybe 2 hours each, 3 max. I remember I knit the first sock in intervals, one day and the next day, and then I cast on the next one immediately and finished it within like 2 hours. So yeah, it was just, I could get used to knitting tiny little booties for small people. Still on the needles. I'm just grabbing whatever I see first. So my Measure in Love hat, I have not made, unfortunately, any progress on my Measure in Love hat. I need to immediately because it's such a great pattern and I want to finish it. So I can either gift it to somebody or enjoy it for myself because I showed it to Dennis and he likes the yarn, but he's not too sure about the pattern. So this may go to my grandmother. Her birthday is coming up. On her birthday party is going to be, she's going to be 80. I can't believe my grandmother's going to be 80 years old. But her birthday party is going to be on Saturday the 25th. So maybe this will go to her. Even though I know red, she kind of likes red. I know green is her favorite color. Green and gray and black. So who knows? If not, I'll give it to one of my cousins who I'm going to see. I'll debate. But anyway, definitely not my color, but I'm loving the pattern. should knit one for myself after I'm done with this. So I think it has to do with the color, because while I love the way it's knitting up, I'm just not gung-ho about the color, and I know it's not going to me, so I'm not putting a lot of effort into it. I'm a terrible person. Also on the needles, my Breaking Hearts socks. I have not made a dent in this whatsoever. I actually knit on these watching the Golden Globe Awards yesterday. So yeah, I made very little progress on them. Maybe like an inch into the leg. So it's coming along. One sock done, one sock on the way. So yay. But also I couldn't help casting on another pair of my hand-dyed yarn. So right now in my Just a Lou bag, I am sorry, I feel like I'm just flying through everything because obviously I have no show notes, but oh, I should probably mention the yarn that I'm using, right? Okay. Let's backtrack. Measure and Love Hat. This is Knit Picks DK in their City Tweed in their Blue Blood colorway. Lovely yarn, squishy alpaca merino blend. Highly recommend it. It's just lovely, soft, and I know this is going to keep whoever receives it super warm. My Breaking Hearts socks. Another crafty girl in her mermaid strong sock mermaid enchantress colorway. So very lovely colors of green, like minty green, yellow, like buttercup yellow, orange, peach, and coral. Just very, very pretty. And these are on my Chiao Goos. So again, I have to order another pair of Chiao Goos. It's been, I think it's time. But yeah, let's see. Okay. On to my next pair of vanilla socks. And these I could not. Oh, okay. No, I thought some stitches fell off, but no, they didn't. This is my, if you remember, my Judy's a Punk colorway that I dyed up last week. This is how it looks, caked up, and I am smitten with it. I am all over this colorway. I cannot be more excited about it. But anyway, this is how it's knitting up. Very, very appropriate because I feel like these are little tears in the lines, because here you have like pure stripiness, and then it kind of goes into these little flashes of, non-stripiness, and it almost reminds me of like a like fishnet stockings, like very punk, how, I don't know, punks used to have like stockings on and then they have the tears on. It's very, an aesthetic, if you will. So I know this is going to be flashing a lot, but if you can see, I can get it to focus. Come on. There we go. Just black and gray with pink flecks all throughout. So I really, really love the way this is turning out. And I think if I have them done in time, I'm going to, my cousin who just turned, I think 16 or 17. She's very, very punk, if you will, but not, classy punk, if you will. So I think if I have these finished by my grandmother's birthday, because that's when I'm going to be seeing her, and her birthday was actually January 9th. So these will be going to her if I can finish them in time, because she loves my hand knit. She's always so surprised about, like, oh my gosh, you knit that. So I think I'm going to be giving these to her. She deserves it. So yeah, that is what I'm knitting. And these are on my super long US1 Knit Picks metal Zorks. I think these are like they're US1, but like on a 40-inch circular, so very long indeed. I think I bought these a long time ago when I had delusions of grandeur about knitting Isolde Teague's Little Birds cardigan. I never really finished that one. I kind of gave up on it because I was new to cardigan knitting, so here we are today. I should really revisit. I should because it's a cute, adorable cardigan and I want it. I want to knit it so badly. I thought I was going to be a monogamous knitter this year, guys. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, clearly I have a lot of stuff on the needles at this point because I have something else. As you recall, I have been diligently plowing away at the the Vivid Afghan that I've been. Not a huge dent in the Vivid Afghan, but I was not expecting to have a huge dent in it because they take about an hour and a half, maybe max 2 hours to knit each square each. So here's a stack, ye old stack that I'm knitting, and the yarn is Knit Picks Gloss Fingering. So I'm knitting this entire Afghan out of fingering. And then we have Robot, which is a dark, lovely gunmetal gray. We have Hawk, which is a light gray. And then we have Velveteen, which is my favorite, ultimate favorite color in the whole wide world, muted mauvey purple. So, all my favorite colors in one lovely sandwich right here. So I am about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares in. And I've just been alternating colors so I don't lose my mind, going insane, getting bored out of knitting the same color. And let me see. Oh, I should say one of these squares will block out to approximately 7 inches each, 7 square inches. So my original blah blah blah. It's not a show unless I go blah blah blah, right? I don't know. But anyway, the original plan was to knit an 8 by 8 foot Afghan. And doing the math, I would have to knit 169 squares to achieve that goal. And I'm just like, I'd rather eat dirt and put myself through that because that's never going to happen. So I put things into perspective. I went online and looked up, a basic or like the average like sofa throw, like how many inches those usually are, like a standard size. And believe what I came up with. Did I save this? No, it's on my Ravelry because somebody asked me about yardage using sorry guys, I'm just gonna check this out. Someone asked me about yardage because they were thinking about using the same yarn from Knit Picks because, if you're knitting a big Afghan, it's affordable, and I don't blame you. So let me see what I wrote back. Okay, so yeah. So I looked up the standard size, and the new size that I'm knitting is going to be 60 inches by 70 inches. So that requires me to knit an 8 by 8 by 10 squares, which in total, like obviously that's 80 squares. A lot more attainable. Granted, it's going to be taking me a long time to knit this thing. So doing the math, and I generally really stink at math, but I believe this is correct because I did the multiplication over and over again to make sure it was right. But anyway, here's a skein. I have 9 skeins of these in three of each color. And this is the Knit Picks Fingering Gloss. And there are 220 yards per skein. So doing the math, I am going to be needing 20 skeins of this stuff, and I only have about 9, so there will definitely be more Knit Picks orders in my future. Yeah, so that said, altogether the whole project will require 4,400 yards of yarn. So again, that's like, I believe that's like more than 2 sweaters worth. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. Again, I stink at math. But let me see, what else did I discover while doing math? But yeah. Oh, and again, like I said, from one of these skeins, I get 4 squares. So doing the math, like 1 square, I actually weighed this stuff, okay? So 1 skein of these is 50 grams, and weighing 1 square, they are 11 grams. So again, I could get 4 squares out of each, and I'll have a little bit left over. So I think those leftover bits of yarn I can combine to create more squares. So we'll leave that, I'll see how it pans out once I finish one entire skein. So here is, I've already knit 3 squares out of 1 skein of hawk. So I'm anticipating I can get one more square out of this, but for some reason this looks like I have a lot more in here. Maybe I can squeeze out a fifth. We'll see. You'll find out in the next episode. But yeah. And again, I'm using Knit Picks Caspian. It's their new brand of knitting needles. They're kind of like they're exactly like Harmony, but a different color. These are their kind of like cool sea green colorway. If that's what you can call knitting needles. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm really enjoying working with these. But again, like wooden DPNs are working very well for this pattern because it has the pinhole cast on and the stitches don't slip off the needles easily. Again, you don't have to go out and go to your way to get these. You can probably use clovers or whatever wooden DPNs you have lying around. So I believe because it's wood or bamboo, it's sticky enough so that the stitches don't slide off. So that's my opinion. Let's see. I believe I have something else to talk about. But I think, yeah, no. Let's talk. I was going to do some reviews this week, but I'm so ill prepared that I'm just going to hold off until the next episode. So let's talk about giveaways. Yay! The 100th episode is coming up. I am super psyched, and thank you to everybody who congratulated me on the 100th episode. Yay! But yeah, I have prizes to give away. Well, no, we have, people who contributed prizes. So yes, it is a collaborative effort, and we have prizes to give away. Very loopy again this week, guys. I apologize. So first up, we have Marina Elena Bliss, who, if you recall, a while back donated another one of her knitting bags to give away. She does lovely, lovely project bags, if you will, and she so kindly, and I apologize for the crinkling, but she sent this lovely quilted, I should say, needle bag for needles and whatever to keep all your needles organized. And I'm going to take this out as gingerly as I can so I don't ruin it, so I can put it back. But let me see. I think she gave me another thing so I can wrap it back up. And I apologize for the crinkling. But in case you're curious, here is her Etsy shop. www.etsy.com/shop/Marina Elena Bliss. She just creates like the most beautiful, adorable project bags. And here you go. This is it. How lovely is that? Pink polka dots, flowers, and it's so sturdy. And you open it up and plastic. You can stick everything in there so you can see your needles. So lovely. And she has these adorable macaroon little stitch marker cases that I'm eyeing. One day I'm going to go and get myself one because they're so cute. And these lovely little snowflake not a stitch marker, but like a zipper keychain type thing. And yeah, so I will obviously be creating a thread in the Ravelry group, YarnGasm Ravelry group, if you are interested. Leave a comment, and 100th episode, I will announce a winner. So yeah, that is our first entry. So yay! I'm trying to. It's big. So it can hold a lot of stitch markers. But anyway, thank you very much, Maria Elena Bliss. This is a very generous prize you offered. So yay! And I will put this right here so I can put it back later. Next up, okay, is one of my favorite hand dyers, Jinx Yarns. She kindly donated a skein, and I apologize for the crinkling. I want to keep it safe in its plastic bag so it arrives to the winner in tip-top shape. So, Laura kindly donated one of her, let me see, the colorway is Kuja. It's 100% superwash merino, sock fingering. You get 140. I can't talk today. You get 400 yards at 100 grams, and It's just beautiful, like purples, whites, lilacs, like flashes of red, I want to say, or pinks, but it's really beautiful. I think this is a single ply, I believe. Single ply? I don't know. It does not say, but it appears to be single ply, and it's so soft and it feels so squishy, and whoever wins this is going to enjoy it. So thank you, Laura. Again, I will post a separate thread in the YarnGasm Revelry. For all the prizes that I mentioned on here, I'm going to be creating a separate thread in said YarnGasm Revelry group. So just leave a comment and let me know that you would like to win this prize. Yeah, so yay, that over there. And then I'm waiting on one more prize, which I will announce in the 99th episode. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, Judy Marples, who, if you recall, I don't have my shawl right here. Oh my goodness, I should have had it. Judy Marples, who designed the Raven's Nest shawl that I knit from Cascadia, which was another giveaway. She is kindly offering six of her pattern, a digital download of all her and blah, blah, blah. She's kindly offering 6 of her patterns to 6 winners, a digital copy. So again, thread. I will choose 6 winners from that thread to win a lovely pattern by Judy Marples, who so generously offered them up. So thank you, Judy. Definitely take a look at her pattern. She's awesome. She did the harmony shawl, which I knit. Like, they're all just such enjoyable patterns to knit, and you, like, as you knit, you memorize all the charts and everything. So it's very relaxing, very straightforward patterns, easy to memorize, and yeah, she's just super awesome and super generous. I mean, 6 patterns, yeah, it's a lot. Thank you, Judy. So what else? Cooperative Press is actually offering up a digital download, so I will give you more detail on that next episode, but stay tuned. So yeah, that is it for giveaways, and I'm super psyched for the 100th episode again. I know I already said that, and is it Friday yet? No. But that said, spinning. I have spinning. It's so minimal what I did. It's not even worth showing you guys, but I am making headway. Let me see. I should weigh this. Where's my weight? Loop. I do this every week. I don't know why. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Spontaneous spinning clouds in Dream Come True. I got originally 4 ounces, and this is the roving that I got, the loop that I got from Rhinebeck. And let me lay this on a flat surface. So I just weighed whatever roving that I have left, and it's saying that I have 36 grams remaining. So that means I have about like 1.5 ounces left to spin. So like a little bit under 1.5 ounces left to spin. So I'm making progress. I'm very psyched, and my bobbin is almost all the way full. So yeah, I cannot wait to ply that up because it's gonna be beautiful. And I'll have some spinning to show you next time I podcast. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Again, I apologize for the scatterbrainedness, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's been a long day. I've been up since 6 a.m. and I'm just getting home. So I'm bound to be a little bit scatterbrained. But anyway, yeah, that said, hope to see some of you at Vogue Knitting Live this Saturday. I believe it's the 18th. So that said, everyone, have a great week, and I will see you next time. Happy knitting. Bye. La 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 la.